Right, when the league tables of school performance are published each year, many people look at the top line figures and find that there's lots of grammar schools there and independent schools. And the natural assumption that they make is that these must be good schools. Now, that's something that I've been engaging with over the past few years, because it seems to me that to make those judgments just on the basis of outcome figures is absolutely ludicrous. It's a bit like assessing hospitals on the basis of their survival rates. If you've got an accident and emergency unit, that's bound to have a lower survival rate than a unit that looks simply after people who break their bones. So the important thing is to look at what goes in before you start making any judgments about what comes out. And that's where the work that I've been working with recently shows such a difference. That yes, it's true that grammar schools do get high levels of results, but they take the very ablest of children. And in many cases they denude the other schools of the value that those children might provide for them, almost like in a sense suggesting that they're failures. And some further work that we've been doing recently takes those same children, the same kind of children at any rate, who are in grammar schools in selective areas like Kent, and sees how well they do in comprehensive schools. Well, the result that the grammar school lobby don't like is that those pupils in comprehensive schools do as well as, and in many cases, much better than. In fact, just recently we've been looking at some work about the very, very gifted children, the top 5%, and it's even true there that these pupils do as well, if not better, than pupils in independent schools. So my concern with league tables is that they tell a story which is a mistaken and misrepresenting story. What we actually need to do is to use the information that is now presently available about how schools help their children make progress. And the great news is that the main system that we have in this country of comprehensive schools in many cases provides extremely good outcomes for pupils. And so the old idea of going back to grammar schools is a recipe for disaster, particularly for those who don't go to the grammar schools, that is the ones who fail their 11 plus. But also, I have to say, for the whole system in the areas where that exists. Because what we're finding is a degree of complacency amongst grammar schools that is not reflected in the quality of their results once you start looking at the pupils who go to them. So my concern here is to get a proper debate going about what makes the quality of a good school and not rely on a single set of figures published once a year by a government that really ought to know better.